Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always now, always publish on Rumble separately, and everything that I do here on YouTube gets also a post on my blogger stuff and also of course on Patreon for extra support. I managed to wear around the For You tab that was appearing here. This is basically for I suppose for me, because I have to, I can remove it by going in my settings in the customization tab in the channel settings, and then you have there like for the trailer that appears here and everything in the videos, and there's like a tab for the U kind of thing there. You can deselect by if it appears or not on your main page. It's mainly the For You, it's more they try to, depending on visiting the channel, they will recommend throughout their freaky algorithm what people might want to watch based on their, again, their watching habits or whatever it is. I don't like that. I like to present the things that I've been doing. If interesting to someone, they can click that. I don't like this kind of this kind of algorithm messing too much on what people should watch. I think it's I don't think it's a good thing here. But yeah, I managed to get around it. Again, it's in you go to your channel on the customization tab through YouTube Studio. I can show you here your channel. Oh my god, I forget. Yeah, YouTube Studio, sorry. Still a little bit blocked out, and it's here on the customization tab. There it is, the For You thing. It's now it's turned off here. Basically that's how you do it. But yeah, just let me go to my channel here so I can get my bearings here. Yeah, I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I managed to get around in doing some a video today. So let's get started. We got more concrete leaks from the RTX Super series, kind of the thing they're going to launch. We already had supposedly the confirmation, and that at least Nvidia is going to do like a special presentation on CES 2024, and supposedly they are going to present officially the Super series here. And yeah, we still got some information that came out to the partners. So we got the board stuff, that like the CPU chip that is going to be used for each for the SQ stuff. What kind of GPU is going to use? The 103, the 10, and the 104 supposedly. The 103 is going to be fully utilizing the full kind of unlocked 103 stuff, which is like the 10,240 CUDA cores, and I think the only thing that kind of got a little bit the interesting here is the 4070 Ti Super. Supposedly it's going to get a little bit of an upgrade on VRAM, but yeah, the rest is kind of in the almost margin of errors in terms of performance, except for this one. The Ti Super might get a little bit closer on the 4080, but yeah, we'll have to see for independent reviews. Other thing that came out regarding this situation is Murlo is dead. From what I've been gathering, is not that bad regarding in terms of leaks that he has from the sources, in terms of the information. It's more about the pricing here. I've been checking the 40. Supposedly they want to launch the 4080 Super around $1,000. Sorry about that. The 4070 Ti Super to $850, and the 4070 Super around $650. Yeah. In terms of pricing, the 4080 Super turns a little bit more interesting. Mainly that the 4080 is at the moment around $1,100, give or take, the cheapest one, around that price there. And I think that they are in promotion, because then it jumps up to $1,200. Even the AIBs cannot do a good job of approaching on the on the XTX one from AMD. I think it's going about 900 and something, 950 give or take with IAB partners. Of course, this is like US market, so depends on your market. But yeah, it seems that it seems pretty interesting. Again, we will need confirmation of official pricing. But at the moment, I think it's if you don't have any urgency in buying any GPUs, you might as well hold off until at least have official information from Nvidia regarding launch. Because if their launch, supposedly they're going to launch mid January, probably throughout January, February, maybe we'll get inventory for you to buy if you want. But yeah, if you're not urgent on buying a GPU, I think it might held off for the moment if you can, unless you really need to buy one of those. Just buy the one that might satisfy in terms of performance. Again, always check the independent reviews. I always recommend Gamers Nexus and at least Hardware Unbox. They are very thorough on their analysis there. They usually do also, at least Hardware Unbox, I know for sure they do price to performance analysis regarding the market. Again, take with a grain of salt because of the time of the review. Usually it might be the price might be completely different. But it is, at least you get a better idea what you might want to aim for. But yeah, if not in a hurry, you might hold a little bit here, mainly for the high end, like the 4080 Super. If it really is going to launch around $1,000, and it's supposedly going around at least theoretically 6%, maximum 10%, depending on the scenarios, I suppose. In terms of performance regarding the 4080, I think it's a good deal, but again, you have to wait and see. This one, the 4070 Ti Super, seems the most interesting in terms of the mid-range kind of a thing there, even though it's 850. It's a little bit expensive. If this is all very certain, I think they're trying to kill, of course, the XTX and the XT from AMD. In terms of the RDNA 3 GPUs, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see confirmation, because this is like leaked information, so it's not official information we can ever have completely sure of what it is. But again, the overall thing is, if you're not in a hurry to buy a new GPU and you're thinking about it, wait a little bit more, save the money, keep saving the money. We might get the good surprises here, at least from Nvidia, if they are really thinking of going this aggressive, especially regarding 4080 Super and the 4070 Ti Super. Even though the price difference, it's basically not that much. It's 150. You can spend 150 in other stuff and get advantage of the price cut. But yeah, just wait and see. I will try to again to keep an eye on this. Especially when in January in CS, I will try to keep my eyes peeled for any decent information and official information, and might get my opinion on that. But yeah, it's super aggressive in terms of pricing here, if this is to be true. Continuing with in this thing with what I've been talking about regarding Apple and all that stuff, and these guys, and we're trying to be a little bit Apple-ish on their marketing, especially regarding of hardware. I saw this, but I didn't give it too much attention. But now there is testing, and to a certain degree proves a point that I have, which is they're trying to fool you, especially with this ridiculous claim that 8 GB of RAM on the new M3 MacBook Pro is as good as 16 GB of RAM on any other laptop. At least that's what they've been saying, and of course it's not. It's impossible. Even if you have like huge better CPUs and I don't know, even GPUs, when you have a limited system RAM, There are certain things that basically you can do it, but it's going to take huge amounts of time compared if you have like 16 gigabytes, which is not that much. Especially on a desktop, it's like the bare minimum at this moment. If you like to have room to have some tabs open and do like even normal productivity work. Of course, if you start getting into heavy workloads, of course, the more RAM that you have, the better. But usually, 16 gigabytes now, even for laptops, is like the minimum recommended for you to have no issues at all doing like productivity work and having some tabs open and with YouTube playing in the background. And you have room to spare to do other stuff, and the computer doesn't get stuck on and yeah, the 16 gigabytes is the minimum, at least for me. Even though it costs like $1,600, this new MacBook with 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is absurd. Of course, it doesn't it pales in comparison with the 16 gigabytes one. And I think this 16 gigabytes, it's not the Pro version, or if it is, I think it's like you have to pay even extra to get around. I think you pay like $200 extra to put 8 more gigabytes of RAM, which is also too much for 8 gigabytes of extra RAM. But yeah, as you can see, it's chugs along. Even with their own software, which is highly optimized for their M chips, it chugs along. As you can see, it takes like 5 times the time, or 4 times, 5 times. No, 4 times more than the 16 gigabytes, which it proves the point that there is huge differences. Just by having a little bit more extra RAM, you can squeeze a lot more performance from the same kind of laptop, basically. And of course, if you're going to buy one of these, just make sure, $200 for the $200 gives you at least 32 gigabytes of RAM for a desktop, and especially because the RAM and a lot of stuff on Apple MacBooks is soldered. When you buy it, you cannot upgrade it. It's basically impossible. And the fact that they just lock every hardware to each laptop, it's always very tricky afterwards to repair. Even if you want to replace like a DRAM, if it gets faulty or something like that, you cannot. You have to buy a new one, which is for a company that prides itself of being less wasteful. I don't think this is a very good inline. Of course, they might look very, very beautiful and sleek and thin and everything, but it always comes at a cost. And the cost is a lot of price for their hardware, and they just try to cut corners, especially in something this cheap that it is. 8 gigabytes of RAM. They just put you $200 for 8 extra gigabytes of RAM, which is awful. Not good practices, but yeah, it is what it is. And lastly, some curiosity here. I managed to go, I think I did go around the day before the PC requirements. I'm not sure. I don't talk to this much about this game because it's only red flags for me. And I think I talked about because of the fact that it's supposedly going to be an Unreal 5 engine game. And it's going to supposedly to enter again. I don't trust these guys at all. I think it's going to be early access by the late this month, I think. No, next month. Early access next month, so December. And I didn't think too much about it. I think I went overall, and I thought that the fact that you have... I think it's possible to play in 720, if that much, in terms of the 1060, a GTX 1060, and a 8th generation i5 from Intel. Yeah, and the recommended specs, it's even worse. 1080 Ti. I don't know which kind of they don't mention anything like resolution, what they're trying to aim for. for a game that it's been supposedly delayed, not supposedly, it's been delayed, I don't know, 10 times or more, with several variations. First was Unreal Engine 4, then they wanted to upgrade to Unreal Engine 5, then a lot of the freaking drama around that. And yeah, even with high quality settings, I don't know if it is aimed for 1080p supposedly, and the fact that it's Unreal Engine 5 is a little bit more, it demands a little bit more the hardware there, so I don't think this goes in sync with what we might think, at least around 1080p 60 frames per second. I don't think this is going to be enough, and the fact that they just put it here AMD equivalent, they just don't give a crap. You have to investigate what it is and not is in terms of equivalency regarding this. Yeah, it's again all red flags around this game. If I were you, I just stay put, and if you're really interested in playing this game, nothing is going to stop you. But I think only when you have a full release game, and after a lot of reviews and some analysis, I think it's worthwhile to get in especially in a game like this with these guys. There has been red flags all over the place, from working on the game for free to trying to upsell some tech that they had. I think like CRM, which is customer database management or something like that it's called. Yeah, it's been it's been not even a wild ride. It's like it feels like a huge scam, you know. And this has been the voice of these kind of things has been amplified by the likes of HN. They just go all in and get into these kind of things without proper analysis. Supposedly they are journalists, they don't investigate nothing, that they are not critical. It's just yeah, it's an excellent trailer, let's just ramp up the message and that's it. But yeah, again, red flags all over the place for the day before game. Until they have a full launch and have like a full launch game, and the fact that it is MMO, which is even more red flags for me. Trying to launch an MMO, how they're going to maintain the servers, how they're going to be the gameplay here. It's a lot of red flags. I don't think this is going to be a good game, but yeah, hopefully it is. But from what I've been seeing, and it's not just me, it's a lot of people that are being paying more close attention than me regarding this game. This is not going to be a good one. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up with just like few deals here. Very low on deals. Same thing. If I've got some of them that I covered yesterday, they are the same ones basically for today, so I will not repeat. I'll refer to the video from yesterday for the deals. But you got the Far Cry franchise is on sale. The only one that I think worth mentioning is Far Cry 4. Sorry, it's they try to keep it in line at the time with Far Cry 3, so it's a little bit interesting still, and at least at the time it was not, people were not burned out with the mechanics of Far Cry games, and afterwards of course Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 5 and 6, it's like a repeat, and the story gets poorer and poorer in terms of what they want to tell in terms of story. So I think for this one, the 4, it's the better ones to a certain degree, but yeah, I will leave it here. 80% off. I think the base game it's more than okay from what I've been seeing. The gold edition doesn't offer that much. It got one DLC from the Yeti stuff, but basically that's it. And we got Neon, the complete edition, 77% off. Again, it's one of those kind of Souls-like kind of games. It's not a bad one. It's always had like some mixed things here, because I don't think if people are expecting to play a Souls game to a certain degree, but it's got a lot of enough variation to define itself a little bit more different. I think it's more action oriented, got some supposedly RPG difficulties, and the story is more straightforward from what I understand. But yeah, it's not the same thing. But in terms of game mechanics, that emulate a lot of the stuff that happens from Souls games here. But yeah, it is what it is. It's on a deal. I think it's well worth it. It's one of those that I would like to try out one day, see if it really goes. If it really, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit distracted with the trailer. But yeah, it's one of those that I would like to try out one day. And basically, this is it. There is not a lot of deals here. I think I don't know if they're waiting for Black Friday stuff there to ramp up some more deals. But yeah, it's what I've got for today, guys. I'm just going to wrap up with the plug on my Patreon page for extra support, which at this moment will be for storage, mainly for me to get backups for the projects that I do for my private clients, and of course having storage for the videos that I do for the channel. Sorry, my brain is getting fuzzier the more the longer I talk. I don't know, it's because I'm under the weather. It's got this flu. It's not good for me. I have to rest, but I wanted to make this video regardless. Tomorrow it's my day off again on Rumble. Everything is there, and I'm just re-uploading everything regarding the Evil Within 2 series. So expect the video later afterwards. It's been published on Rumble. I think it's the 4th episode of the Evil Within 2 re-uploads there. And yeah, basically that's it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.